Right now at 6, the Maple Leaf Parade pushed through rainy forecasts in Carthage, while organizers say this year's celebration was still a big success. Now the community kept the festival spirit alive.
And we've got a warm and breezy day across the region for us. However, those winds bringing in some changes. We've got to look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, a homecoming parade brings splashes of color to Girard, even on a rainy day. What made this year's fall festival extra special? And the events that had the whole community celebrating.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Samantha Walker.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is now Monday, October the 20th. Happy Monday, everybody. Had a stormy weekend out there, at least for Saturday. Worst possible day for all that weather.
Yeah, but it calmed down. It respected us enough to kind of stop right as the parade was starting. So I appreciated that because I was riding in it, standing in the back of a truck.
Folks be getting ready for the parade, though, having to deal with quite a bit as well. And of course, if you were on the square afterwards, you got a little pause there, and then more storms rolled into the area. So hopefully everybody was playing it safe and ready for all of that, because as much as we didn't want to tell you it was coming, we did warn you it was going to interfere with some of the festivities, but thankfully some things still managed to happen. Today, though, the only thing you have to worry about is really gusty winds, but these winds can be pretty serious as well. Let's start with a live look downtown Pittsburgh, where things are looking pretty good. We got clear skies this morning across the region. I know it's hard to tell from here, but I assure you, these skies are clear. Our camera 7th at range line looking good as well, and the MoDOT camera at 20th and range line also looking pretty good out there. So here's what we've got. Wind advisories in place through 1 o'clock this afternoon, and for the counties in tan. Now, again, remember, and don't get me wrong, I've known folks over the years, even when I was younger, if I'm not in it, then it's not happening there, right? It's not like you cross the county line, all of a sudden it's a calm, picture-perfect day. It's still going to be breezy across the area. It's just within the wind advisories. That's where those winds are expected to be a bit gustier. So we are talking about your trash can ended up probably down the street, so make sure it's in a good spot, as those winds will be gusting upwards of 50 through a good portion of the day for those wind advisory counties. And then all of us still with northwest winds behind this dry cold front tonight, still gusting upwards of 25. Thankfully not to 50. So what we've got is we have a low pressure system, we have a dry cold front, we are stuck in between, and so those pressure gradients get really tight, and that's why we get those gusty winds. By 4, here's that front. Not much to it. It pushes on through. The winds will shift out of the northwest, and we will be a little bit cooler as well. Temperatures this morning, not bad, but again, remember, we should be in the upper 40s, and the best we've got right now is Cassville at 47, 48 Monette, 49 in Bentonville. The rest of us low to mid 50s. So yeah, we're pretty close to normal. We're a lot closer than where we have been, but still technically above normal. Looking at 53, clear skies. Kids head out the door. 71 for lunch and recess. 76 as they head home. Again, breezy out there, though. Upper 50s by 9, low 70s by noon, mid-upper 70s for our highs. Sustained south winds, 20 to 30, and again, for some of us, gusts upwards of 50, so do be careful. Again, it's still a little breezy night tomorrow, but our temperatures will drop. We'll talk about that temperature drop and some other rain chances here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. The Maple Leaf Parade went off as planned this weekend in Carthage, despite early concerns about rain in the forecast. More than 115 entries, including local schools, first responders, and businesses, joined the celebration, though some attendees said the crowd was smaller than usual due to the weather. The Carthage Chamber says the community's creativity and support made this year's parade a success, with floats embracing the City of Pure Imagination theme. After the parade, festival goers continued to enjoy the shops, activities, and the classic car show. Girard, Kansas hosted a parade of its own as part of its fall festival and homecoming celebration. Coincidentally, on the wet day, the theme was Under the Sea. This parade was a highlight, but certainly not the only event. Other activities scheduled included a Harley show, a tractor pull, a cakewalk, and live music.
A time to relax after the busy season of all the summer hooball and stuff, and just relaxing. A lot of the graduating classes are here today, and just reminiscing and enjoying each other.
In addition to that parade and various activities, Girard's Fall Festival included more than 50 vendors. If you're looking for fun fall events but don't know where to turn, we've got you covered. Just scan this handy QR code and head straight to the events page of our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. You'll find information on all kinds of family fun events, including fall festivals and some scary and not so scary haunted houses. That's the events page at KOAMnewsnow.com. Thousands of people gathered under the Space Needle this weekend, taking part in a nationwide No Kings protest against President Trump's. Alex McClune shows us how Seattle's crowd turned out and why many say their fight is just beginning.
Under the Space Needle, thousands rallied around another No Kings protest, marching against President Trump's moves toward authoritarianism.
Benjamin Franklin was asked what kind of a government they were establishing.
Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal told a crowd as far as the eye could see that Franklin's warning rings true today.
She famously answered, "A republic, if you can keep it."
Donald Trump has got to go. Ho, ho.
The president's second term is defined by immigration crackdowns and an institutional overhaul. Organizers say the No Kings movement is growing from a few thousand nationwide just months ago to what they call the largest protest in U.S. history.
Tens of thousands of people are making the 2 to 3 mile march through downtown Seattle.
If I don't fight, who will?
We're doing it with nothing but love and just showing up.
It's like every day you look in the newspaper, there's like 2 or 3 things, at least big things happening that's showing erosion of our democracy.
SNAP is being cut.
For the chair of the King County Council, it was more than a protest. Gurmai Zaile was raised by Sudanese refugees in South Seattle.
We lived low income in South Seattle and in Skyway, but because of HUD investments in affordable housing, we had a roof over our head. Because of Medicaid, we had health care. Because of SNAP, we had food on the table. Because of Pell Grants, I got to go to college. And now, just one piece at a time, all of those foundational programs are being chipped away.
At the local level, county officials are taking legal action and redirecting funds to fight back against the president's devastating cuts, while No Kings Day unites and drives opposition tens of thousands strong.
Tens of thousands rallied in Seattle for No Kings Day, marching against President Trump's immigration policies and institutional overhauls, in what organizers call the largest protest in U.S. history. Organizers say they'll continue to fight back through the courts and community action. Well, that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News. The FBI investigates a security threat near President Trump's Florida arrival route. Congressional criticism grows over U.S. drug strikes in the Caribbean, and Trump calls for a ceasefire in the war between Russia and Ukraine. Plus, a new study reveals that even people who look lean could face hidden heart risks. Find out why skinny fat is raising alarm for doctors. In cool and windy conditions in the 4 states, Chris has a look at your weekly forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Topping Nation Watch. Over the weekend, the Defense Department confirmed another deadly strike on an alleged drug vessel in international waters. The Trump administration says the strikes have killed more than 30 people so far, ratcheting up tensions between the U.S. and multiple South American countries, including Colombia. Meanwhile, a federal probe is underway over a platform built in a tree near the airport that President Trump frequently uses in Florida. CBS News' Bradley Blackburn has more from New York.
The FBI is leading an investigation into what they call a suspicious old tree stand near West Palm Beach Airport, where President Trump flies in and out of whenever he travels to his Mar-a-Lago home. The Secret Service says it spotted the stand while preparing for the president's arrival over the weekend. The Trump administration released footage of its 7th known strike on an alleged drug trafficking boat in the Caribbean Sea last week. It comes as Colombian President Gustavo Petro has accused the U.S. of committing murder, claiming that a September strike killed fishermen. President Trump hit back, calling Petro an illegal drug dealer, while threatening to pull aid and slap Colombia with tariffs.
They are a drug manufacturing machine, Colombia, and we're not going to be part of it. So we're going to drop all money that we're giving to them.
Members of Congress have criticized the strikes.
I do worry about the legal authorities or lack thereof.
All of these people have been blown up without us knowing their name, without any evidence of a crime.
Meanwhile, as pressure builds to end the Russia-Ukraine war, President Trump Sunday repeated his plea that both sides cease fighting and claim victory.
They should stop right now at the battle lines. Go home, stop killing people, and be done.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky expressed skepticism that Russian leader Vladimir Putin is serious about peace negotiations.
This war is not about the land and not about territories for him. It's about our sovereignty.
President Trump is preparing for another summit with Putin soon in Budapest. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
Today, the federal government shutdown stretches into day 20. A source familiar tells CBS News that Senate Republicans have been invited to the White House for lunch on Tuesday. Senate GOP members are considering votes this week on bills that would allow certain federal employees, like active duty military, to be paid as the stalemate stretches on. Still to come, a cult classic returns to the big screen. The DMV gets the sitcom treatment, and Ben Stiller reveals his family secrets in a Dune documentary. Plus, cool and windy conditions. Chris has a look at your Monday forecast. A new show highlights the chaos of a local DMV as actor Ben Stiller reflects on the past. Gwen Baumgarten has your Eye on Entertainment report.
A cult classic is returning to the big screen.
I am no master.
You sure look like a master to me.
The Last Dragon is celebrating 40 years as cast members reflect on its impact.
I think the legacy will be how many lives it's touched. And I have so many people come up to me, man, I did martial arts. I opened up my own karate school.
The martial arts dramedy returns to select theaters today and Wednesday. If you're looking for a little levity, head to the DMV. I mean this one.
Just give us a minute!
The new series puts humor into high gear, navigating angry customers and unapologetic coworkers.
What if you stay in your lane?
Yes.
Yes, I'm not following.
Catch DMV tonight on CBS and Paramount Plus. And Ben Stiller with a new kind of lead role.
We don't know Ben, that's why we're so messed up.
The actor with an unvarnished look at himself and his family in the new documentary Stiller and Mira, Nothing is Lost. With cameras rolling, Stiller unpacks his Hollywood upbringing as the son of two successful actors.
Those things are maybe sometimes at odds, the idea of like, well, what's the most honest movie, but then how do I also kind of protect, my feelings about my parents not wanting to expose things about them.
Stiller and Mira, Nothing is Lost, is currently playing in select theaters. You can stream it on Apple TV this Friday. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Sounds like some great options, a little something for everyone. And now to Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we look great out there. We're cool this morning, but still technically above normal. We've got clear skies, a bit breezy. Winds are really going to ramp up, though, as we head through the morning and early afternoon hours, and our temperatures climb, albeit briefly. We're going to break down details on the warm-up, the dry cold front, and these gusty winds. When the KOAM Morning News returns, time now is 6:18. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 6:20, about to be 6:21 on this Monday morning. Take a look at this. This map has tan on it, and in these tan areas, we have a wind advisory that'll kick in officially about, I think it's 9, 10 o'clock this morning, and run through 1 this afternoon. Within this zone, we could get wind gusts out of the south upwards of 50 miles an hour. Outside of that zone, still breezy, still gusty winds, and it's not like it's going to be significantly lower than that. Now, the wind gust tracker occasionally, I think, does have a tendency to go a little overboard on some of the wind gusts, but as we continue, winds will increase across the region as what's happening is we have a low pressure system nearby and we have an approaching dry cold front. All that means about dry cold fronts, unlike the one we got over the weekend, there's no rain or anything associated with it. It's just bringing cooler air. Ahead of it, though, since we're sandwiched in between, the pressure gradients, those little isobars that you see on a map, are really tight together, leading to these gusty winds that will continue into the afternoon. Now, as that boundary approaches, winds briefly ease up, close to it, but then they'll shift out of the northwest and they'll still be gusting upwards of 20 to 25 miles an hour as we head into the overnight hours and into our Tuesday. So again, the future track, there's really not much to show, but it does give you a better idea. This is right at 5 o'clock and you can see where that dry front is. Could get a cloud or two with it, but I think even then it's going to be fairly limited. And we'll still have the gusty winds back behind it. The other thing we'll have back behind it is cooler weather. So tomorrow, take a look at these highs. Mid-upper 60s for most of us. So that's a big drop. It's about a 10 to 12 degree drop from what our highs are expected today. So that also means as we get into our Wednesday, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, look at these lows, low to mid 40s. And now we're actually below normal for our lows. And we still will be warm on Wednesday. We'll actually be much more seasonably warm, some upper 60s, low 70s. Could get a little warmer out west, but even then not significantly warmer. As for the morning though, again about 9, 10 o'clock now, it's breezy now. We already have some gusty winds, but we're not quite to that extreme level yet. In the next hour or so, they're really going to start to ramp up. We're otherwise clear, low 50s to start, mid 60s by 11 o'clock this morning. Again, ahead of highs above normal, upper 70s. South winds sustain 20 to 30 with those gusts upwards of 50. So if you're driving a high-profile vehicle, east-west highways, anywhere in the area, you just want to make sure you got a good grip on the wheel. And honestly, 50-mile-an-hour winds, even smaller cars, SUVs, minivans, could have this wind could have an impact on them, hitting them pretty hard. So just be prepared for that. You don't want to be driving that. You get a cross breeze that just kind of knocks you out of control there. So do be cautious. Now, the evening forecast. It's been a while since we've had one of these moments, but with that cold front, some of you will probably start to get cooler than this, earlier than this, because that front will push through the region through the evening. But eventually, all of us, low to mid 40s out there. It's northwest winds, though, still gusting to 25. Still breezy for our Tuesday, gusting to 25. And as I mentioned, cooler. Look at that, upper 60s, low 70s Wednesday. Few storm chances Thursday, Friday. Not a bad weekend. And more rain chances by next Monday and Tuesday. Let's check your forecast. We're going to send it over to Samantha now with Health Watch.
Thanks, Chris. New research suggests people with advanced lung or skin cancer who got the COVID-19 vaccine live significantly longer than people who didn't. A University of Florida study found cancer patients who got the COVID vaccine within 100 days of starting immunotherapy drugs saw their survival rates nearly double. It's believed that COVID mRNA vaccine may wake up the immune system against cancer as well. People who are considered skinny fat may have a bigger risk of heart disease. A McMaster University study found even some people who appear lean may have hidden fat deep in the abdomen and liver that damages arteries. This type of fat also increases the risk of diabetes and high blood pressure. The study shows that body mass index and waistline size only tell part of the story. A new approach to helping prevent peanut allergies in kids appears to be working. Children's Hospital of Philadelphia says food allergy rates among children are declining since new guidelines went into place. This new guideline advises parents to introduce peanuts to infants early, which is shown to lower their risk of developing peanut allergies by more than 80%. It's a fitness trend that may have caught your eye recently. People walking around or working out in weighted vests. Posts on social media come with claims they can help boost weight loss or even build stronger bones, but healthcare professionals say some of the claims may not hold up. CBS's Jared Hill puts the weighted vest to the test with an exercise expert.
I have my weighted vest on.
Weighted vests are having a moment in personal fitness. Noam Tamir, a trainer himself, says he started using a vest to boost his morning treadmill walk and get ready for some hiking.
This is great because it kind of prepares you for, if you're putting a backpack on with, all the equipment that you need for a hike.
Heather Milton, an exercise physiologist with NYU Langone Health, says walking with these vests can enhance a cardio workout and raise your heart rate. But she says data does not support the common claim that walking in a vest improves bone density.
Only 20 or 30 minutes of walking, we don't really know if it has the same benefit because it's such a small amount of time.
For those looking for benefits, here's a clear place to start. And then this one is adjustable with the weight, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna start around a 5% of what your body weight would be.
Milton says choose a vest with adjustable weight to work your way up. She says a weighted vest can also enhance resistance training if you wear it when lifting weights or doing calisthenics.
It stimulates adaptations of building better muscle, bone health, and tendon and ligament health.
The latest social media-driven fitness craze comes as about 3 in 5 adults tell health policy researchers at KFF that they use social media to find health information and advice. For Milton, all the TikTok and Instagram posts provide an opportunity to educate our clients.
Use that information to tell them whether or not something they've seen is beneficial for them individually.
Or if it's not worth its weight in sweat. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Experts say there are studies looking at whether weighted vests can reduce the amount of bone loss when people with obesity lose a larger amount of weight. Medical professionals also suggest speaking with a doctor before starting a new workout program, especially if you're just beginning a fitness journey. That's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, one Parsons teacher is bringing witches, ghouls, and creepy animatronics to life for students this Halloween.
And we've got a not so spooky day for us, but will be windy and warm though. We'll go over those details with you coming up.
Plus, Joplin High School seniors get an unexpected payday. Hundreds awarded college scholarships without even applying.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:30. I'm Samantha Walker.
I'm Chris Warner. It's Monday, October the 20th. Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday. We're trying to bring the best out of it.
It got off to a fascinating start.
But you know, we're bringing this positive energy. Chris.
Darn right we are. I was trying to match her energy so you couldn't see me, but
that's why you heard a little chuckle.
Oh my gosh, because the way she was reading that thing about the witches and all that stuff, so I'm over there, I'm like, this is peppy.
It's fun.
And then I caused her to lose control. Our studio is not as big as you might think it is back home, but so yeah. Anyway, it's Monday. Happy Monday. It's going to be a great Monday.
Yes.
It better be, but it's going to be breezy. Okay, so that's really the biggest concern we have in the weather department is today is some very gusty winds. First, though, our live look from downtown Pittsburgh. We're already a bit breezy this morning, but it's going to get windier over the next hour or so. And of course, like I said, we've got clear skies out there so far this morning, and all of our cameras show us that the skies are clear. And how do I know this? Because I've looked into the future and seen the clear skies.
You have that third eye.
Okay. No, that's not how that works at all. Oh my! See, I told you it's Monday, isn't it? It's Monday for everybody. I don't get, it's all right. I'm getting caffeinated, and that's going to make Monday even better. All right, 7th and range line. Our camera there looks good. We're going to skip through these real quick. MoDOT camera, 20th and range line. Needs a little more bandwidth again, but otherwise looks good. So here's what I was talking about. These tan counties, these are wind advisories that'll go through 1 o'clock this afternoon. And in this zone, we could get those south winds gusting upwards of 50 miles an hour. And we're still looking at 40-mile-an-hour gusts, even outside those immediate wind advisories. And also, again, remember, just because these are county-based, just because you cross the county line doesn't mean the wind just suddenly stops. It's still going to be breezy outside of those zones as well. So now my trash day is on Friday. If your trash day happens to be before that, make sure your trash can's secured. Otherwise, you will very likely find it at least in the neighbor's yard, if not down the street, with those winds gusting to 50. Still breezy overnight and into our Tuesday, but not as breezy as winds shift out of the northwest, gusting to 25. Reason it's so windy, we have a low pressure system off on one side, we have a dry cold front on the other, and we are sandwiched in between. Now the south winds will also make it warmer today, but then as that front approaches later today, those winds shift out of the northwest. Now it's a dry front, and that just simply means there's no rain or anything associated with it. And those winds will shift out of the northwest, and our temperatures will begin to drop. Our temperatures this morning, though, believe it or not, most of us are above normal. Yes, it's cooler, but we're still above normal. Most of us low to mid 50s. Cassville is the closest to normal as the cool spot at 47, and then Bentonville and Monette are both sitting at 49. Kids heading out the door, we're looking at the low 50s, clear skies, a bit breezy. Winds really start picking up by mid-morning. 71 for lunch and recess. 76 as they head home today. We'll go near 60 by 9, low 70s by noon, upper 70s for our highs today. And again, south winds sustain 20 to 30 with those gusts upwards of 50 for some of us. So do be cautious out there on the roadways. We will talk about the gusty winds tonight, which we kind of touched on, and the much cooler weather back behind this dry front here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. Hundreds of Joplin High School seniors discovered their academic efforts have paid off in an unexpected way. Nearly 600 seniors are receiving scholarship money through VIEW scholarships. Unlike traditional scholarship funds, the students were automatically entered into the Kansas City-based program, with their GPA and SAT scores earning the money for partnering colleges. To get ready to celebrate Halloween, a teacher in Parsons, Kansas has a spooky stage set up for students to experience. The stage is filled with animatronics, complete with witches, ghouls, and more.
I also get to teach kids that something might look scary at first, but they can be brave and work through it and learn that it's all for fun and they can enjoy it, just like I do.
The haunted stage is open for all students, kindergarten through 5th grade in the Parsons School District. When finances get tight for families, things like kids' Halloween costumes may fall through the cracks. According to the National Retail Federation, consumers are spending an average of $37.62 on costumes this year. That's an about 11% increase from last year. Costumes pre-pandemic in 2019 were about $7 cheaper. But for one man, it's his life's mission to make and give away free Halloween costumes.
Several times a week, Christoph Wagoner goes digging for treasure.
I'm trying to see if anything catches my attention.
Buried deep, he sometimes strikes gold.
It's usually either shiny, furry, or sparkly.
And he always comes away with a big haul.
7, 8, 9.
These may seem like random pieces of clothing from a Goodwill in Central Texas, but Wagoner has a vision.
I can cut that off, sew them up, make them shorter.
Soon, these will all be Halloween costumes.
It's like winning when you find two pieces that go together.
Back home in Austin, he washes, cuts, glues, and sews, redesigning thousands of garments into something brand new.
Why is it important that they feel like they're not just getting a hand-me-down?
I want everybody, all the kids, their parents, whatever, to feel like they're getting the same thing that somebody went out and bought.
Then every fall, Wagoner hosts events for kids to pick out costumes for free. While he's been doing this for 9 years, he says turnout has been the biggest ever this season.
There's a lot of people getting their jobs taken away from them. Everything is going up in price.
The cost of costumes can be scary for some right now, due to the tariffs on most goods from China.
What do you say to people who think, it's just a Halloween costume, there are much more important things in this economy, putting food on the table, shelter?
Everybody should deserve a chance to be a kid.
And every year, his own kindness is paid forward. Families who've gotten costumes from him return and donate.
The very first one, I had a kid, probably 6 years old, come up to me with a costume and said, "My mommy said I could give this to you because I can't wear it, maybe somebody else can."
Wagoner just wants every kid to experience the universal joy of trick-or-treating without the financial burden for parents.
I mean, with two, it's nice to not have to worry about the expense.
I love that he has so many people who support him and do that and bring the costumes to recycle them.
The donations help because at 62 and still working a full-time job, Wagoner buys garments out of pocket and spends more than $5,000 a year for storage alone.
What's the payoff?
The goal is to make people better than they were before the event. And if there's somebody there to help you, then you're more than likely to turn around and help somebody else.
Wagoner has become the fairy godfather for kids who may feel like Cinderella, turning rags into regalia to keep the magic of Halloween alive.
With Wagoner's story spreading, people have begun to ship in their used costumes from all across the country. It's kindness and paying it forward. Karen Hua, CBS News, Austin, Texas.
That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Eastern European kids learn to fly drones not for fun, but to defend their homes. Why these high-tech lessons could soon play a role in regional security. Plus, a major recall on frozen breakfast burritos, why the USDA says these products could pose a danger, and what schools are being told to do next. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. In Consumer Watch, after-school activities are taking a high-tech turn overseas, as kids in part of Eastern Europe take drone lessons, not for fun, but to help prepare civilians for potential threats from Russia. Defense officials say the push comes as drone intrusions into NATO airspace are on the rise. And horror sequel Black Phone 2 screamed to the top of the weekend box office in North America, pulling in more than $26 million. Tron Eras slipped to second with more than $11 million, and comedy Good Fortune debuted in third with more than $6 million. Enjoying the great outdoors can be a year-round pleasure, no matter where you live. Now there's a growing mission to bring the benefits of forests into surprisingly small spaces. Bradley Blackburn has more on the tiny forest movement.
Something's growing in Summit, New Jersey. This tiny forest is an entire ecosystem, squeezed in a space the size of a suburban yard.
How many different plants are in here?
So over 50 species.
Donna Gagan Patel says this quarter-acre forest has thrived since it was first planted 3 years ago.
We had hundreds of people who volunteered time here helping to prepare the ground for the planting, actually doing the planting, and then watering and weeding the first several years.
Summit signed on to a global movement to put small forests in unused urban spaces. This one growing in Berkeley, California, another now taking root in Iowa. Proponents say the tiny forests absorb rainwater, capture carbon, and create habitat for wildlife. They're also known as Miyawaki forests, named for the Japanese botanist who created a planting technique to help them grow up to 10 times faster.
Putting them densely planted helps them to compete for resources and grow quicker.
In Summit, the tall fence keeps hungry deer out. Plants are native to this area.
We have white turtlehead.
And placed intentionally to mature together in the coming decades.
Should be fully developed in 20 to 30 years.
Let's go, Bubby.
But Mary Tarashuk and her dog Punk are enjoying the benefits now.
The air almost seems purer when you're breathing it in here because you're just surrounded by all these beautiful trees.
A peaceful way to enjoy nature and help the earth in a new, small spot. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Summit, New Jersey.
Summit says it costs about $13,000 to plant the forest, and right now it's maintained with the help of volunteers. Over time, it should become self-sustaining, just like a larger forest. That's it for Consumer Watch, and now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
And we are going to take a quick look at this absolutely beautiful sunrise from our camera downtown Pittsburgh. We have clear skies overhead and clear skies through the day, but winds will begin to increase across the area as we have a bit of an above normal day in store, but changes on the way later today into tomorrow. Details on all of that in your complete forecast, plus birthdays and anniversaries when the KOAM Morning News returns. Time now, 6:45. All right, time for some Monday birthdays and anniversaries in the 4 states. We're starting in Oswego with Zachary Folk, celebrating birthday number 7 with love for mom and dad, the sisters Faith and Jaslyn.
Happy birthday to Jaden Dawson, who's turning big number 10, double digits. Happy birthday, Jaden.
And welcome to the teen years to Crosby Neal in Joplin with happy birthday wishes coming from Gigi and Papa. And then Trinity here, this is my oldest, or my stepdaughter there. She's celebrating number 14, which I don't know how that managed to happen, but it did. And so if you see her, she's at South. That's where she's at. I know some of her friends are watching because she tells me that they watch, so make sure that you send her a happy birthday, sing to her as much as you can. Says, we love you, Trinity, happy birthday. Of course, from myself, Mom, Colt, and Ryan, a very happy birthday. And please, sing to her wherever you see her. She'll enjoy it.
This birthday message is probably the best present she's going to get all day.
I think so.
Well, also a happy birthday to Gracie Bow in Carthage, who's turning 23. Happy birthday, Gracie.
And Cammie Boland, celebrating birthday number 32 today. Happy birthday, Cammie.
And Kelly Harris, turning 44 today. Happy birthday, Kelly.
And we also have Amanda Webb in Chanute, celebrating birthday number 47. Happy birthday.
And also in Chanute is Fanny Stevenson, who's turning 53. Happy birthday.
And Mark Horrell Sr. in Joplin celebrating birthday number 63. He is retired from the United States Marine Corps, so we thank you for your service and wish you a very happy birthday. Based on what you're wearing and where you're at, I imagine you've had at some point an incredible bike ride. And today, not too bad for that either.
And going back to Chanute, Dee Isla's celebrating birthday number 71. Happy birthday, Dee.
And we've got Jada Williams in Cherryvale celebrating birthday number 94. Very happy birthday to you, Jada.
And Kurt Zom in Baxter Springs is celebrating his birthday. It says happy birthday to our associate pastor at Central Christian Church.
And heading over to Columbus for Lisa Davis, celebrating another year wiser today. Very happy birthday.
And we here at KOEM are celebrating one of our own's birthday today. AJ Kohler is celebrating his birthday. Happy birthday, AJ.
Yeah, it's a very happy birthday to you. And we have an anniversary in Asbury, Dwayne and Cheryl Schneider. 52 years of wedded bliss, an incredible milestone. Great throwback picture there, and a very, very happy anniversary to the Schneiders in Asbury.
But that's not the end of our birthdays.
It certainly is not.
Peggy Kimmel celebrating a birthday as well. Happy birthday, Peggy.
Heading over to Riverton for Judy Adams, celebrating birthday number 70.
And then I almost thought this was your name, Chris, but Chris Warden in Columbus is celebrating as well. Happy birthday, Chris.
That's still a fantastic name, Chris. The Chris's have got to get together at some point. A very happy birthday to you, and a happy birthday to everyone, and of course a happy anniversary to all those on our list. Now, you saw how much fun it was to celebrate, and I'm sure that you'd love to have your loved ones. By the way, I embarrassed my oldest personally, but that's what I'm talking about. If you want to send a message with your birthday or anniversary that would embarrass your loved one, but in a fun-loving way, Samantha has information you need to jot down right away.
Yes, because we want to celebrate you or embarrass your family with you every morning. So submit those to birthdays@koemnewsnow.com. Remember, that can be birthdays or anniversaries. Just make sure you pay attention to that deadline on your screen to make sure we get it in plenty of time.
Of course, very essential to meet that deadline. And also, I almost forgot, tell us when the celebration is. It's very important because, like I said, if you send it to us today and you don't tell us when it is, then we take it and we assume you're sending it today because it's for tomorrow. But if you're just getting an early start and it's for, next week, you got to let us know. Now, here's something you need to know. Wind advisory in place for the counties in tan through 1 o'clock. That's because we could have south winds today, gusting upwards of 50 miles an hour. Now, even if you're not under a wind advisory, it could still be breezy, 40 to 45 mile an hour gusts out there. We have a low pressure system off to one direction. We have a dry cold front approaching from the other. And what that results in is us getting squeezed in between. Now, as that front pushes through, there's a brief drop in the wind gusts, but then they'll pick back up again overnight tonight into our Tuesday, going upwards of 25, maybe 30 miles an hour out there. And so just very quickly on the future track, it's a lot easier without too much cover to see right where that boundary is. So here it is at 5, riding the Will Rogers Turnpike, and they just continue up to Stockton. Could get a cloud or two with it. I think for the most part, we're still going to deal with clear skies. And then those winds will shift out of the northwest back behind it, and that will also let us be cooler. Now, we're still a bit breezy tomorrow. Northwest winds gusting to 25, but look at those highs. Low mid 60s, mid and upper 60s for our Tuesday. Overnight lows Tuesday into Wednesday, into the low to mid 40s, and then we'll go into eventually back to near normal into the low 70s for most of us on our Wednesday. Through the morning, again, beautiful sunrise, clear. You can see the trees already breezy, low 50s out there to start, mid 60s by 11. Well, that's one quick check of your forecast. Well, I'm going to look at your forecast and your wake-up recap in just a moment. And when we transition to Fox 14 at 7 a.m., L'Oreal just sealed a $4 billion deal to buy Kering's beauty division, taking control of iconic fragrances and luxury brand licenses like Gucci and Balenciaga. What this strategic partnership means for the future of beauty fashion, that and more at 7 a.m.
This is your Wake Up recap for October 20th, your top stories to start your day. More than 115 entries from local schools to first responders and businesses took part in this year's Maple Leaf Parade, even as some noted smaller crowds due to the weather. The Carthage Chamber of Commerce praised the community for making the event a success, with floats bringing the City of Pure Imagination theme to life. And after the parade, attendees stuck around to enjoy shops, festival activities, and the classic car show. That's a check of today's top Wake Up recap.
And we've got a warm and breezy day, upper 70s, sunny skies, wind advisories for some of us out there. South winds gusting upwards of 50, sustained at 20 to 30. So do be cautious, especially if you're on any east-west highways in a high-profile vehicle. Clear skies through the evening and overnight. Dry cold front comes through, hence the wind. Drops us in low to mid 40s tonight, so a pretty chilly night. Northwest winds still gusting to 25. Northwest winds will continue to gust to 25 tomorrow. We're much cooler, upper 60s, low 70s on Wednesday, a few rain chances Thursday and Friday. Not a bad weekend, some clouds, but low 70s. So we're actually finally into fall a bit here.
Yay, I'm enjoying it.
Oh man, tell me about it. I don't like the cold, but I like the cooler weather.
Sounds great. Well, coming up today at noon, we're making Amish sausage balls in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOAM with CBS Mornings. Former White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre talks about her new book on why she left the Democratic Party and what life was like in the Biden White House.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, with Ukraine's counteroffensive stalled and Russia feeling the squeeze from drone strikes and fuel shortages, pressure is building on both sides to end the war.
Plus, Brandy apologizing to fans after a health scare cut her Chicago show short. Walton Goggins signs on for a new action thriller and another exciting movie. That's going to be it, though. For now, we'll be back tomorrow at 5.
But that